Look at what happens when the PT score comes out and you don't improve your mistakes. What happens when we only try to use the shortcut tricks or just practicing the questions? And then there are these spammers who are always looking for people who are desperate to get their desired scores in the PT exam. Arre bhaiya, I told you before only. Just buy the PT certificates directly from me. Total pass only for 5,000. Time to get away from these things and look at the 10 biggest mistakes people make in PT for 2024 and why are 95% people failing in the PT exam because of these mistakes. Stay tuned and find out what they are and how to fix them. Hey everyone, Anurag here from Edutrainex PTE. Welcome back to this interesting video on the topic of 10 biggest mistakes of the PT exam in 2024, where I am going to show you the blunders people make in the exam and why so many are failing the PT exam because of that in this year. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and watch this video till the end. It will be a worth watch. अंग्रेजी में एक कहावत है, there is a proverb in English, to err is human. We all make mistakes and we are allowed to make mistakes, including you and me. But the thing is that if we keep repeating the same mistakes again and again, then it will cost you in the exam. And this is what we are going to talk about in this video. 10 biggest mistakes that people make, and not only make, keep making the mistakes again and again. So after giving multiple times the PT, they are still doing the same mistakes. That's what I have found in my students. In this video, we are going to talk about the PT Core as well as PT Academic. What mistakes people are making in both the exams, and the last three. The last three are the biggest blunders that you should be watching at any cost and try to avoid them. If you keep making the same mistakes, you know what's going to happen. So let's not waste any time and let's talk about the mistakes. The first one is read aloud. What is the mistake that people are making in read aloud? They are speaking too fast, as if they have to catch a train like Rajdhani Express. That is something you have to stop. You have to understand that this is a computer software. How you are speaking to me, how I am speaking to you, we are speaking in a natural manner. So if you keep the conversation normal, then the AI will also be able to understand. Let me demonstrate you how some people try to speak in the exam. This year, the National Environment Science Competition received stupendous undergraduate and postgraduate entries from a diverse population with a wide range of projects. We are delighted that we will scrutinize the valuable projects and award existing prizes. Blunder. You are focusing on speaking too fast, thinking that you are sounding more confident. But think of it as a person, man. If I speak to you like that, what will you understand? And that is a software. If you speak like that to the software, will not be understanding anything. So please stop doing that and speak like natural person. And if you find any tongue twisting words, and believe me, there are some tongue twisting words in the exam, the words that will make you hesitate. What you need to do with those words? Skip them. You get 30 to 40 seconds to prepare, right? So you identify those words and try to skip them as if they are not there and just speak it like a normal person. Pausing is also important. So if there are commas and full stop, please stop there. Okay, let me show you how you should read it like a normal person. This year, the National Environmental Science Competition received undergraduate and postgraduate entries from a population with a wide range of projects. We are delighted that we will the valuable projects and award exciting prizes. That is how you should be reading. And also try to avoid the one-liner techniques, because although it will help you to get a good score in speaking, but it will do much more damage to your reading score. So avoid one-liner. Use this approach. Any difficult words, free to skip them. Speak like a normal person. The next one is repeat sentence. So read aloud and repeat sentence are the two modules which are the core for your PT exam. You have to do well if you really want a good score. So in this question, what the people are trying to do is focusing on the content. If it is a long sentence, if it is a short sentence, how much you can hear. What you have to do is you have to listen only to your capacity. If I have a capacity only to hear 7 to 8 words, I will only try to remember that. Trying to remember those extra words makes you fumble. makes you hesitate, and that's where your score starts dropping. So you have to avoid doing that. I have made so many videos explaining how the scoring works for repeat sentence. 5 marks for fluency, 5 marks for pronunciation, only 3 points for content. And that too, if you are speaking 50%, you will get 2 points out of 3. If you speak around 60 to 70%, you will get a full marks. So fluency, pausing and clarity is essential for this question, and only listen to how much you can remember. Don't try to remember too much, because that is where people make the mistakes, and that is where the score starts dropping, because you hesitate trying to remember what was that. And when you do that, hesitation is your enemy. Let's say you hear this sentence: next week the department secretary will email you with the details of the chemistry exam. Now, this is a lengthy sentence and also a little bit faster. Now remember capacity, how much I can remember. So I have underlined or highlighted some words which maybe you or you may not remember. So I will speak like this, but with full fluency, with full clarity. Next week, the secretary will email the details of the chemistry. That's all. So I was able to speak around 7 to 8 words out of 15 words. I'm still speaking more than 50%, around 60%, and I will get full points. Trying to remember what was after chemistry, trying to remember what was before secretary, whether it was departmental or department, that's where you start hesitating. That is your enemy here. Please don't do that mistake. This is a biggest mistake that people do in the exam. Let's move on to the next mistake that people are doing is for describe image question. Again, you're trying to focus too much on content. Okay. Although the AI is capable of interpreting what is there in the image, but it's not doing that. What it wants you to do is to just describe the image like a normal person, fluently. An image, the same image can be described in hundreds or thousands of ways. Okay. So it is impossible for the AI to judge which answer is better or not. So you have to focus not on the content, but on the fluency, pausing, clarity, everything related to your fluency. No hesitations again. Okay. Use a template that allows you to speak fluent. Don't use the cluttered keywords. I can see this, I can see this, and you put all the keywords in one sentence. That's not fluent. A fluency means that a template that allows you to speak freely. Use any template. I'm not saying use my template, but something that allows you to put the keywords a little bit scattered so that it also gives you enough phrases to speak about it. You remember extended speaking and short speaking? Extended speaking is where you get more points. And that is what this template is allowing you to do. Let's do an example. Simple example. Most of the times you will have enough keywords to use from the image itself. But if you are short of the keywords, then you can repeat the ones you have repeated before. And even if you exhaust that, then you can start talking about colors. Let me demonstrate it. The given image represents adult unemployment. So I have captured this from the title. A deep analysis of the picture reveals a lot of detail. Just a filler sentence. The image displays various things such as men, women, and country. So I have captured the details from here and from the x-axis. Similarly, Denmark, Finland, and Iceland can be observed in the image. Again, more keywords from here, already there. Now, I still have more keywords to speak in the image, but I'm just demonstrating how you can use the colors as well. So in the last sentence, I will say, however, the illustration also highlights red, blue, and white, the colors, what I see in the image. And in the end, the conclusion. In conclusion, the image provides useful information. Focus on fluency. Don't worry too much about the keywords. As I said before, you can talk about colors, you can repeat the previous keywords. Main thing is fluency, no hesitation. Don't make that mistake and you will be good in your speaking section. Fourth mistake that people make in their exam is making spelling mistakes. Every writing task, including listening fill in the blanks, write from dictation, essays, summarize written text, spoken text, everywhere people make mistakes. And then they start blaming the templates. Oh, this template is not working, that template is not working. But what is happening, my friend, is that you are making spelling mistakes without even realizing that you are making spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes. So in this one we are talking about spelling. See some simple examples I have put on the screen. Achieve with an IE, not an EI. Acceptable. Instead of A, you are putting I. Acceptable. Accommodate with a double M. That's also a common pattern. Wherever double alphabets are used, people make mistakes. Category. You are putting category instead of category. Grammar. You are putting E instead of A. Famous. You are omitting the O here. So these are some of the mistakes that people do. I have seen it on the Edutrainex application. Lots of students are practicing there, and simple spelling mistakes are deducting marks for that. What happens with spelling mistakes? Let me tell you. What happens in the AI? When you make spelling mistakes, the keyword count is also reduced. So the marks are deducted for content, for vocabulary, for spelling. So straight away you are losing points for 3 areas. So that is why spelling is really important. A very simple website to practice spelling is spellquiz.com. Or even if you don't want to go there, just pick up the prediction files, go to the reading, writing, fill in the blanks, listening, fill in the blanks, capture all the words from the last 6 months and make sure you remember all the spellings, because words do get repeated in the exam. I'm not saying anything with guarantee, but that's what I have seen. So that's one way. The other way is to do the spellquiz.com that I told you just now. The next mistake that people do is about not understanding that collocation and vocabulary is an integral part of your exam. And having a vocabulary not only helps you with the reading section, but in other areas as well. Why 95% of the people fail? Because of lack of vocabulary. They don't understand the words given in the question. How will they solve it? The only way for them to solve the question is guesswork. Gut feeling. I feel this answer is correct. Why? No reason. So do you want to be like that, where you are just guessing the answers and also guessing the scores, what you will get in the exam? You are gambling with your exam. You are putting so much money in your exam, and that's the trick that you apply. Not a good one. So that is why I am saying that vocabulary and collocation is a really integral part of the exam. And I will share you a fast way to develop vocabulary, because normally it takes a little bit of time to improve anyone's vocabulary. But I have made another video as well, but I am going to share you in this video the fastest way to improve the vocabulary, whether you have 15 days to prepare, 1 month to prepare, 1.5 months to prepare. Whatever amount of time you have left and whatever amount of effort you are ready to put, that will determine how much vocabulary you will improve by the time you are ready for the exam. And also hold on, the 3 blunders of the PT exam in 2024 are coming up in the end, so just hang on a little bit. Have a look at some of the words and collocating words which are used together. I have highlighted: pull together, collective action, combined effort, root cause, derive from, pay attention, make effort. There are thousands of combinations. It's impossible to learn all those words, but we can make a start using the fast way that I'm going to share. But if your vocabulary and collocation is good, let me demonstrate you how quickly you can solve the questions. This is a real exam question. Straight away, if you know the collocation, you don't even need to read the whole big passage. Straight away, you will be able to understand and guess the answers. In this case, the guess will not be just a guess, blind guess, but an educated guess. So let's do this example and see what I mean. I will read this sentence. Next one. Due to these technological dash, diagnostic radiographers now require a more in-depth dash. Technological what? Again, I look at the words. Redundant, decision, commonplace, knowledge, advances. Technological advancements and technological advances. Very common collocation. And the last one is in-depth dash. Again, in-depth, redundant, decision, commonplace, knowledge. Knowledge, in-depth knowledge. Only with collocation, I was able to do the question quickly. This is an exam question. You can open any of the prediction file. You will find many questions where you can straight away apply the collocations and vocabulary knowledge, get the answers. No need to read the whole passage. The next mistake that people do is ignoring grammar, or I would say ignorance. People think that without grammar also you can clear the exam, but not only it helps you in writing but also in your reading. Mainly in reading. If your grammar is good, if you are able to understand the rules, the patterns, you can solve the reading and reading writing fill in the blanks questions quickly. So one of the fastest way to improve your grammar techniques is to learn from the videos that we are sharing, the shortcuts. Every couple of months I do make a video on sharing the latest shortcut techniques for grammar. Please watch that. I'll show you with an example how quickly you can solve it if you understand the pattern. First one, considered highly intelligent, energetic, acrobatic and athletic. So what is the pattern here? Highly intelligent, energetic. You see a pattern here? Adverb, adjective. This is again adjective and we need an adverb here. Now adverb, identifying adverb is very easy. Anything ending with ly is adverb. Let's see how many words are there. Barely and extremely. Now which one do you think makes more sense here? Extremely energetic is the correct answer. The next one is, they frequently dash with great success in sheepdog trials and dog sports. So in sports, what we are doing is, we are competing with each other straight away. Frequently dash with great success. Now this one is more of a context based question, but the next one is grammar based again. They are often dash, are dash. Now if you have watched the grammar shortcut video, you will know what kind of word we are expecting here. They are often dash. So we are expecting a verb 3 here, and only verb 3 are here are cited and cited. Cited with an S means visual, whereas cited means referred. So this one will be the second answer, cited as the most intelligent of all domestic dogs. Border collies continue to be employed in their traditional work of dash livestock throughout the world. So now it is hinting towards a continuous activity. When we talk about work, we say we are doing the work. So something in a continuous tense is expected here. Now if you see herding, harboring, which one do you think? Herding livestock, right? Because with sheep it is herd. So now applying the common sense as well as the grammar rules can help you solve the questions quickly. Now I promised you I will share with you the fastest way to improve your vocabulary. I will share the video link in the description, as well as you can see it appearing somewhere on the top. How to improve vocabulary is to go through the prediction files of last 3 to 6 months, identify all the words that are appearing and make sure you understand not only the words but how also they are collocating with other words. Because we have seen a lot of words get repeated in the exam. So that is the easiest way to improve your vocabulary in the shortest amount of time. The next one is the word count problem, is what people do. They don't realize what is the word count of the different questions that you have in the exam, and they don't put that many words. So for summarized spoken text in PT Academic, it is 50 to 70 words. In core, it is 20 to 30 words. Again, summarized written text 5 to 75 in academic, 25 to 50 in core. Essay 200 to 300 in academic, and write email is 50 to 120 words. Now in summarized spoken text, if you write below 40, so then you will get 0 for that question. Why? Because their software is not going to evaluate that response. Same thing with essay. If you write below 120 or above 380, then the software is not going to check your responses, and it will straight away give you a 0 because you have either written too less or you have written too much. So make sure you're not making this mistake. The next mistake is one of the first blunder that I was talking to you about, not using the extra word strategy in write from dictation. So this is a very crucial task for your PT score, and a lot of people make this mistake. No negative marking, no word count. So why are you not using the extra words? It is going to help you. Let's say the example sentence here is, according to the law of gravity, all objects attract to each other. Now you only remember this much. According to law of gravity, all objects attract each other. What have you missed? You have missed the here, you have missed to, 2 here, and that too if you are not sure about any spellings, whether it was attract or attracts, you can write all combinations like this: attract, attracts, attracted. And then in the end we put the prepositions, we put the articles, and we put the conjunctions. So you see words like this here: to, the. If you missed it, you will write it in the end, and AI is not checking which sequence you are writing, it will give you marks. It does work. We have tried it multiple times and our students also use it. So don't make this mistake of not using the extra word. First blunder. The second blunder is when you are on the write from dictation task and you are not clicking on the submit button. So if you are on the last question and if the timer is running out, make sure you hit the next or the submit button before the timer runs out. Otherwise the last response is not saved and you lose crucial marks. Many people are in this stage when they are trying to hurry up and trying to write the last sentence and the timer runs out. Straight away you will lose points for the last question, even if you were potentially going to get good points for the last question. So make sure you do that. The timed questions like essays, summarize written text, summarize spoken text, you don't need to submit the answers. It will automatically record it. But for this one you do. Same thing with speaking modules. If you are done with your response, you just click on the next so that you don't give a 3-second gap, which is where the microphone cuts off. You just click on the next one. Second blunder. And the last one is the biggest blunder, where people are putting time and wasting time on these time waster questions. This is still happening in 2024. I don't know why people are spending time on this question. This is the biggest mistake that I can say is happening and the biggest reason of failure. Spending time on reading multiple choice, single answer, multiple answer, listening multiple choice, single answer, multiple answer, highlight correct summary, select list missing word. Only give you 1 points. And how much you have to read, how much you have to think, how much you have to spend time on. Think about it. Whereas PTE is not an equal weighted exam. So if you spend equal time on each of the question, that is not going to help you. You have to think smart. So the questions or the modules which are giving you more marks, that is where you should spend more energy and more time, more dedication. That will get you to a top score that you are deserving and that you need in the exam. Now you know the reason why 95% of people are failing in the PTE exam, due to making these big but simple mistakes that can be fixed in the ways I have shown you. Make sure you start implementing that in your preparation. And if you are still unable to improve after multiple attempts, then please WhatsApp us for personalized paid courses, and then I will be able to help you. Also watch the video on 10 top secret tips for PTE exam in 2024 to get a 90 score. Keep watching Edutrainex with a thumbs up, and I will soon be back with another great video on PTE topic. Ask us anything with your comments below. See you soon.